Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're looking to learn belly dance in this new year but you don't know where to start from, then this series of videos will be perfect for you. In this series we have learned so far the hip lift, which is a vertical hip movement, the hip slide, which is a horizontal hip movement, and now in this video we're gonna learn the pelvic tuck and release, tuck and release. This will be the last video for the basics. From the next video we're gonna be combining these movements together to make our compound movements, which will be much more fun. So if you're ready, let's get into today's movement. All right guys, the pelvic tuck and release will be like a scooping movement with the pelvis, or if you think of your tailbone scooping forward and then releasing back, scooping forward and then releasing back. If we see it from the side, scooping forward, back, forward and back. So what we're doing is not thrusting forward. We don't want to do this. This is a different movement, and this one comes from the glutes, but we're actually working with our lower abdominals, and we are scooping the hip, or kind of making a wrap, wrapping it in and then releasing it out, wrapping it in and then releasing it out. What we need to pay attention to is our chest, because our chest will get involved if this entire muscle is working as one. It is one muscle, but we want to divide it in our work. So we don't want to do this. We don't want to let the body close like a book and open like a book. We want to keep the chest lifted and isolated. So this part of the muscle is not involved. Only this lower part, which is from the belly button down, is involved. It's a bit difficult to work with this muscle, but with practice you will gain that feeling of it and control of it as well. So chest is lifted, and we're doing it slowly to avoid using the glutes. So we're trying to actively relax the glutes to take them out of the equation. And we're thinking about rotating in and rotating out. Imagine there's a doorknob on your hip here on the side, and you're rotating the doorknob and the pelvis is moving with it. So you're rotating in, rotating out, rotating in, rotating out. For the posture of this movement, it's easier if you leave your knees bent a little, so they give you more flexibility in the hip area, but try not to start doing this from the beginning. I just want you to feel the muscle alone without the help of the knees first, and then later on you can stylize the movement. But for now, try to keep your knees just bent at the same level throughout the movement. When you're tucking in, you're using your lower abdominals. When you're releasing, you are using your lower back. So you can notice how the lower back arches a bit, and then when you tuck, it straightens a bit. Arches, straightens, arches, straightens. So if you feel any pain in your lower back, try to avoid hyper arching. So you try not to do the movement too much. You just tuck, you focus on the tucking in, and you relax. So you tuck in and you relax. You don't focus you don't focus on lifting the pelvis back and up too much, right? So your focus will be here. But if you have no problems with your lower back, then you can do the full range of motion. Just observe and make sure you don't feel any pain when you're doing it. So muscular tension is fine, but pain is what we don't want. So in and out, in and out. When we're doing the in, notice how your belly button should close on itself. So if you see your belly button kind of staying the same way, it's just coming closer to the mirror or to the camera, then something is not right about the technique. You want your pelvis to stay in this place as if it's blocked off. And then when you roll it in or you tuck it in, you see your belly button kind of closing on itself and making this line. So in, out, close and release, close and release. All right, guys, that was the tuck and release movement, the last of our basics for this series. But make sure to practice a lot, because it's a bit difficult to feel this muscle at first, so it will take some time. If you would like to book a live Zoom class with me, then the link for that is in the description box, and I will see you in the next video.